Sure.
This is Eli's, and all the thread is Lulu's to keep it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. For me and for them. I'll just give it to you.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Check. That's okay. Shabbat shalom. How's my sound? Yes? Yes. 1. I feel I need more. More. Higher? A little higher, a little louder.
מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It's so good to be together. Hine ma tovu manayim, we sang, and indeed, it is good to sit together like brothers, sisters, friends, family, to celebrate Shabbat, and Eli and Lulu to celebrate your B'nai Mitzvah. Welcome to all, to your family, to your friends, people from near and far. We're so overjoyed to be able to come together on this day. Judaism has been passed down for generations and generations, for thousands of years. Eli and Lulu, today we celebrate that you are the next link in that chain. We welcome Sherwin and Sandra to the Bima to help us deliver and present your talis, your talesim, your prayer shawls. You can come up now. And you guys can also come up to the Bima. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you. Shabbat Shalom. We ask that you repeat the blessing after me. Baruch atah. We're going to ask that they say it. I like the enthusiasm. We'll ask you to recite the blessing after me. Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Eloheinu melech haolam,
Asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav.
asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav,
Vitzivanu.
vitzivanu,
Lahitatef.
lahitatef,
Batzitzit.
batzitzit.
And together we say, Amen. We continue our service with the words Moda Ani. We thank God for bringing us to this day. You can sing the words, you can clap, you can hum, you can sing lie, lie, lie. You can make your own words up. Enjoy.
Moda ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך. מודה אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, שחזרת שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך.
We turn to page 74 in our Sidorim. That's a blue book that looks like this. It says Shabbat on the cover. There's a weekday version, so just check to make sure you have the Shabbat version. We're on page 74. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, how fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel.
Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani ברוב חסדך אבוא ואיתך אשתחווה אל היכל קודשך ביראתך מה טובו אוהלך יעקב אוהלך יעקב משכנותיך ישראל מה טובו אוהלך יעקב אוהלך יעקב משכנותיך ישראל.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi. We thank God for giving us a pure soul each day, every day when we wake up. We're on page 78. Elohai neshama.
Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorai. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorai. Ata berata, ata yitzarta, ata nefachta bi, ve'ata meshamra, meshamra bekirbi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorai.
We turn to page 80 and thank God for daily miracles. Thank you for making us who we are and how we are. The cantor and I will chant the verses back and forth, and everyone in this room has an important job, which is to say the word Amen between verses.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לשחבי בינה להבחין בין יום ובין לילה.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם מתיר אסורים.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim.
אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם רוקה הארץ על המים.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaver. Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם מלביש ערומים.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten le'ayaf koach. Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המעביר שינה מעיניי ותנומה מעפעפיי.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'atzani b'tzelem Elohim. Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשני בת חורין.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם עוזר ישראל בגבורה.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara.
אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לעסוק בדברי תורה.
Amen. We turn to page 100 for Psalm 150. The key word is hallelujah.
הללו, 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 אל בקודשו, הללו, ברכי עוזו, הללו, בגבורותיו, הללו, כרב גבולו, הללו, 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 בתקע שופר, הללו, בנבל וכינור, הללו, בתוף ומחול, הללו, במינים ועוגב, הללו, 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 בצלצלי שמה, הללו, בצלצלי תרועה, כל הנשמה תהליה, הללו, הללויה.
If you can believe it, that was all warm up.
I'm definitely feeling warm.
We are ready to begin our service, and we do that with the call to worship, which is the Baruch Hu on page 108, and we ask that you please rise. Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or v'rei choshech oseh shalom u'vorei et hakol hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam b'chokhma atzita malach ha'aretz kinyanecha titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shevach ma'aseh yadecha ve'al me'orei or she'atzita yifarucha selah.
אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני, יוצר המאורות. אהבה רבה אהבתנו, אדוני אלוהינו, חמלה גדולה ויתרה עמדת עלינו. בעבור אבותינו ואימותינו, שבטחו בך בעבור אמותינו. ותלמדן חוקי חיים, כן תכוננו תלמדנו. רחם עלינו, רחם עלינו. ותן בליבנו להבין ולהשכיל לשמוע, ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. והאר עינינו בתורתך, ודבק ליבנו למצוותיך, לייחד לבבינו לאהבה ויראה את שמך. ולא נבוש ולא ניכלם ולא ניכשל לעולם ועד, כי בשם קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך. והביאנו לשלום מארבע כנפות הארץ, ותוליכנו קוממיות לארצנו. כי אל פועל ישועות אתה, ובנו בחרת, וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול. סלע באמת להודות לך ולייחדך באהבה. Shema Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Ke'evod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Right? Come on. Yeah, you can hold it. Ve'ya'et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha, vehayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzaveha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech ukshokbecha ukumecha ukshortam leot ayadecha v'hayu letotefot beineinecha uktavtam amizuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai vehitem kedoshim le'elohehem. Ani Adonai Elohehem asher behotzeitem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiyot lachem le'elohim.
Ani Adonai Eloheihem.
Elohechem emet. One thing about Lulu and Eli is there's no shortage of fun, ever.
We continue our service on page 122 with our song of joy, song of redemption, Micha Mocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. שירה חדשה שיבחו גאולים, לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מוחה באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדך נומך, יהודה וישראל. גואלנו, אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
We turn to page 124 for the Amidah. Please rise.
Adonai Sefer Tirta.
Ayaman asvatai tifta. Ananananana ufiagi. Ufiagi tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana svatai tifta. Ananananana ufiagi. Ufiagi teilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Chonei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, U'Megri Geula, Livnei v'Neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'Ezrat Sarah. Tagi bor leolam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol, Atarav leoshia, Mehakel hayim bechesed, Mehaye Hakol berachamim rabim, Shalomech noflim verofe holim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Mihamocha bal gevurot, Umidom elav, Melech mevit, Umekayem, Umatzmiach Yeshuat.
hayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. מקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. מקדשי שלי שבת, כולם ישמחו ויתענגו מתוך השבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת. חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
We pause for a moment of silent prayer.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עמך, עמך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עמך, עמך. ברכנו, ברכנו אבינו, כולנו כאחד. ברכנו, ברכנו אבינו, באור פניך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עמך, עמך. כי באור פניך נתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, תורת חיים ואהבת חסד, ואהבת חסד, וצדקה וברכה, ורחמים וחיים ושלום. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עמך, עמך. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עמך, עמך.
We turn now to our Torah service. This is the peak of our worship this morning, and of course the time when Eli and Lulu officially become B'nai Mitzvah. We ask that you all rise as we open the ark and take out the Torah.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אב הרחמים, היטיבה ברצונך את ציון, תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחתי, תורה, תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדלו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדולה, יא גבורה, יא תפארת, והנצח וההוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה, וימית נעשה לכל דרוש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
So, as all the Torah scholars in the room know, this morning is Parashat Behalotecha. However, what we are chanting is not Parashat Behalotecha. What we are chanting is a special Torah portion from Pesach, which we were all hoping to be at a few weeks ago, a few months ago. Who knows what time is anymore. But thank God, we've arrived here at that day. So in fact, this morning we did chant the parasha that is assigned to us. And there is a Jewish teaching that more Torah is better. So thank you to you both for helping us all to fulfill the mitzvah of more Torah. So it really is a joy to get to hear these verses chanted today. For the honor of the first Aliyah, we call David and Lori and Evan Burman and Mark Fagan to the Bimah.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Ba'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher B'Karvanu Mikol Hamim. Natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayahi beshalach paro et ha'am velo nacham Elohim derech eretz pilishtim ki karov hu ki amar Elohim Vinachem ha'am birotam milchama v'shavu mitzrayimach vayasev Elohim et ha'am derech hamibar yam suf v'chamushim alu v'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim vayichach Moshe et atzmot Yosef imo ki hishpia et b'nei Yisrael lemor pakod yivkod Elohim v'cha'alitem et atzmotai mizech itrechem.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'koteinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. For the second Aliyah, we welcome Cindy and Wally and Ben Schneider.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarah.
Baruch Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher barkanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Vaisu misukot v'achnu ve'etam bikse chamidbar vayhavach holech lifnei hamyomam be'amud anan lanchotam haderech ve'layla be'amud ha'esh lacha'ir lachem lalechet yomam v'laylach lo yamish amud ha'anan yomam be'amud ha'esh laylach lifnei ha'am.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen.
For our third Aliyah, we officially call you Lulu to the Torah as Bat Mitzvah.
תעמוד, 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 הבחורה הבת מצווה לעלייה לתורה.
Baruch et Adon, Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
ברוך אדוני המברך לעולם ועד.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mechol ha'amim v'neiten lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Oh, sorry. Vayadaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Daber el bnei Yisrael ve'ashuvuch vayachnu lifnei pi hahirot ben migdol uvein chayam lifnei baal tzefon nicho tachanu al chayam ve'amar paro livnei Yisrael nebuchim chem ba'aretz sagar alehem hamidbar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
And not just Amen.
Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov. Yehi lanu
For our fourth Aliyah, we call to the Bima Mitch and Teresa, Harlan Frey and Jane Cohn and Neil. You can all come up at this time.
Shabbat shalom. Oh, let's get in here. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Baruch Hu Adonai Habarach. Baruch Adonai
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Ve'yahazek, Vehizakti et lev paro, veradaf aharehem, ve'i kaveda befaro, uvechol chelo, ve'adeu mitzrayim, ki ani Adonai ve'yahasuhen, vayugad lemelech mitzrayim, ki varach ha'am, ve'yachafeh, levav paro ve'avedav el ha'am, vayomru, Mazot asenu kishilaknu et Yisrael mavedenu vaya asor et richbo ve'et amo lakahimo.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'Eloheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
For our fifth Aliyah, Sherwin and Sandra, and of course your parents, Ron and Nina, please come to the Bima.
Oh,
Okay.
Baruch Hu Adonai Habarach. Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
One sec. Vayikach shesh me'ot rehev bahur vechol rehev mitzrayim v'shashim al kulo ve'yachazek Adonai et lev paro melech mitzrayim vayirdof acharei b'nei Israel u'b'nei Israel yotzeim be'ad ramah vayirdefu mitzrayim achareihem vayisigu otam honim ahayam kol sus rechev paro ufarashav vehelo al pi hahirot lifnei ba'al tzefon ufaro hikri vayisu v'nei Israel etenehem vehine mitzrayim nosea aharehem vayiru meod v'yitzeku v'nei Israel el Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam notav b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
No. Don't do that. I was about to say, you say the blessings, but first we have to officially call you to the bima, Eli, as you become bar mitzvah.
יעמוד, 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 הבחור הבר מצווה לעלייה לתורה.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Vayomer El Moshe El Ha'am. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Vayomru El Moshe Hami Bli in Kevarim V'Mitzrayim Lekaktanu Lamot Bamidbar Mazot Asitalanu Lahotzianu Mimitzrayim Halozeh Hadvar Asher Dibarnu Elecha V'Mitzrayim Lemor hadami menu v'na avda et mitzrayim ki tov lanu avod et mitzrayim mimutenu bamidbar. Vayomer Moshe el ha'am al tira'u hityatvu uru et Yeshua Adonai asher yaseh lahem hayom ki asher item et mitzrayim. Hayom lo tosifu lirotam od adolam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam neta betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
And Mazel Tov.
Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, yehei lanu. Simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, yehei lanu. Yehei lanu, yehei lanu, ulechol Yisrael. Yehei lanu, ulechol Yisrael. Yehei lanu, ulechol Yisrael. Yehei lanu, ulechol Yisrael.
We return the Torah to the ark, and to do so, we invite up David Burman and Cindy Schneider to help with lifting and dressing. At this time, we also call up Neil and Vanessa and Alex and Howard for the opening and closing of the ark.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לבני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי 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 לי. Yai lai lai lai, yai yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai 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 lai.
As we return the Torah, please rise.
Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. יהללו את שם אדוני, כי נשגב שמו לבדו. אותו על ארץ ושמיים, נתתי להם, תורתי אל תעזובו. מצרים היא למחזיקים בה, ותומכך מאושר. דרכיה דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
Please be seated.
Hi. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you all for coming. Okay, gonna get right into it. The Torah portion I was given is about the Jews' journey from freedom out of Egypt. Here's a quick briefing of the story. A long time ago, the Jews were enslaved to a cruel ruler named Pharaoh. Moses, a Jew, was contacted by God via a burning bush. God insisted he'd be the one to free the Jews. So Moses told Pharaoh about God's request to free the Jews, or else God would send 10 plagues to his land. Pharaoh, of course, laughed in his face and denied the request. So God sent 10 plagues, and after each one, Moses went back to Pharaoh to request the freedom of his people. Each time Pharaoh denied, and the plagues got worse and worse, until the 10th plague, death of the firstborn. Pharaoh lost his firstborn. Pharaoh was so distraught that he impulsively told Moses that his people were free to go. Moses quickly led them out to the desert where God had been directing him to go. As people complained about their bad backs and sore feet, everybody wondered why had they been taken the long way, the painful route out of Egypt? Why couldn't they just travel to Egypt's neighboring countries? Why was God making them suffer? Come on, God, bro. I've been thinking a lot about how faster is better, but I've come to realize that isn't always the case. It's been a hectic year, and on top of that, we've had the super fun experience of the New York City high school applications. Yeah, that was fun, really fun. My mother told me many times I had to put time and effort into my applications and actually researching the high schools. Otherwise, I'd end up not getting any of the 12 schools. That's a lot of schools. So I had a decision to make when it came to high school applications. Because I had to do art projects for some of the high schools. My choices were A, avoid it, give up, because it's a lot of work, and I'm capital L lazy. B, find someone to do it for me. C, force and or blackmail my brother into doing it for me. And the least fun option, D, stop being painfully stubborn, get up, and go do the work. Because the project is literally due in 5 days, and I've been procrastinating. Trust me, I seriously debated and even attempted option C, coercing and or blackmailing Eli to do this for me. As you can tell, it failed. So, procrastinating this project for so long made me realize that I had to actually work. I had to watch a play. In my case, it was The Crucible. Who makes you watch a Crucible? Seriously. And I just planned to make a small collage or whatever, the easiest thing to do, because I'm lazy. And that was a lot of work. But then it came to me, if I actually wanted to end up getting into LaGuardia, I'd have to actually try, because there are so many kids in New York and so many kids trying to beat me for a spot at LaGuardia. So I better give it my best shot. I rolled up my sleeves and I got to work. I ended up spending over 20 hours on this excruciatingly boring project. That's a big word. And, and it caused major back pain. I was really happy with how it came out. And not just because my mom pulled me out of school for 2 days. I worked like crazy trying to paint every little thing, every little prop. I even made a bird, a dead bird, a decapitated bird. So this is a lot of words. Even though it was painfully stressful, I ended up with a project that I was very, very proud of. And I personally think it came out much better than any other project that would have taken a quarter of the time. And I'd like to add that taking the long way paid off because out of thousands of kids, I did get accepted to LaGuardia. Okay, so you see, God didn't want the Jews to take the short route simply because God wanted a better outcome. One where not only Pharaoh couldn't reach them, but they couldn't decide to go back to Egypt anytime they wanted. They would be free from the grasp of slavery permanently. There would be no possibility of being brought back into slavery. God was protecting them. Doing what's best for the people, sometimes the hard way is the better way, even if it's painfully long. Sometimes you just have to bear through it, and if you want the desired outcome, so you can't always pay your siblings to do your work. Even if your bribes are severely generous. I'll just say that. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm sorry. I thank you all for coming, and I especially wanted to thank Emma and Rabbi Frischko for taking their time and helping me prepare for this special day. I've been really nervous. I love you, Emma, and you'll always be my favorite teacher. And I also wanted to thank my parents for making this day possible and all my friends and family who traveled here for a special occasion. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Hello, everyone. It's great to see you all. I'm so thankful you could all make it. Don't worry, mine isn't as long as Lulu's. My Torah portion is a special reading for Passover. In my Torah portion, it is talking about how Israelites are slaves in Egypt, and they want Pharaoh to let them go. He says no, but after many tries, eventually he says yes. The Israelites don't hesitate for a second and run. The Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army right away. Once the Israelites got to the sea and all hope was lost, Moses parted the sea like he said. Once the Israelites crossed the sea, it closed on the whole Egyptian army chasing them. The Israelites were now free. Was it the Israelites' destiny to cross the sea and be free, or was it their actions that brought them to be free? My Torah portion's main idea was, do things happen because people work for it or because of pure luck? I think that people can control their lives based on their actions, because even though many people may not always start off at the top, they climb and climb till they get to the top. For example, a few famous people that grew up poor include Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, and the famous author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. Although this may seem like only a few people, I could list countless other successful people that started with almost nothing. Even if you don't have much to start, you can get about anywhere with hard work and determination. Although this may seem very true, it is not always the case. Some people start with little and never have the chance to have a lot. Others start with a lot and don't need to worry about ever having little. In life, not everything works out, and you could have a really tough time paying the rent every month. Even though hard work can lead to success, not everyone can reach that point. There are plenty of very hardworking people who work twice the amount of hours as any other person that are still barely able to supply enough for their families. This is why you can't always get things by working hard, but I still think that hard work I still think that hard work is your best chance at achieving your goals. Everyone can take the easy way out and hope they get what they want. But like the Israelites, you are better off to work hard as hard as you can and reach your goal. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
So Eli and Lulu, you can come back up here. Now I'm going to say a few words to the both of you. First of all, Mazel Tov. We made it, right? When I think of the two of you, words like fun, charismatic, creative, intelligent, kind, artistic, funny come to mind. You each brought who you are individually to this process. And in doing so, you honored Torah and you made B'nai Mitzvah what it is supposed to be. As we know, of course, we intended to celebrate this moment a while ago, but COVID got in the way. And I don't really think that's a pandemic reality. I think that's just a part of the world since it was created. There are always things that get in our way, that surprise us, that disrupt our plans. And the two of you standing before me today are models for how we should all handle the roadblocks that we will likely face. Maturity, grace, flexibility. You exhibit all of those qualities. So it's not the parasha assigned today, but it's a special Torah reading for Pesach that you read about our journey from slavery to freedom, about the journey and how long it sometimes takes and why that is, about fate versus free will and which one really tips the scales. It's about the Jewish story, about what it means to be a part of the Jewish people. Eli and Lulu, I hope you continue to tell that story in all the ways that you can. Tell it at home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. May you continue to strengthen the Jewish people, to bring who you are to us and to everything you do. May you go from strength to strength, and may you both become strengthened. And now it's my honor to invite up your parents to the bima as I offer you the priestly benediction. So you guys come stand here, come close, and you guys can stand behind them. Okay. Okay, look at me. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. And together we sing Shehechianu, our prayer for newness for the first time. Join with us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Welcome everyone again, and thank you all for being here for this very special ceremony today as we celebrate Lulu and Eli's entry to adulthood. Dabar, that's funny, huh? Dabar or bat mitzvah means you are now responsible for your own actions and how you would like to practice Judaism. A big part A big party comes with big new responsibilities. We know you can handle it, and if not, you still have us on standby.
Lulu and Eli, we are so proud of you two today. You've both taken this task to read the Torah portion in Hebrew and memorize each word and each portion by heart. We heard you practicing with the awesome Cantor Emma after school regularly, and also late at night in your room by yourself, and making a huge effort, and that made us very, very proud of you.
Lulu, she who is the firstborn, by a mere 2 minutes, but always the big sister. The day you were born, it rained, it snowed, and the sun came out to look at you, really. You have the gift of true kindness and compassion, and it comes natural to you. When you were 5, you kept telling me that if you had a lot of money, you'd build a hotel for all the homeless people, let them stay for free, and give them food. Always loved that idea. You rescued frogs in distress, and you saved worms in the streets from getting run over after the big downpour. Other than rescuing beings, you made it through 18 months of solitude, living in a small town by the shore without any friends. You did acting lessons online and started running. You became a ferocious reader. In the past year, you joined the track team, achieved impressive grades, and made up for lost times by rekindling and building new friendships. You made up for the lost time and came through like the superstar you are.
Eli, he who is the second-born, by a mere 2 minutes, but always will be the little brother. The day you were born, it rained, it snowed, and the sun came out. And it really did, actually, all in one day. It was pretty amazing. Eli, you are gifted with so many talents. You excel at anything you put your mind to. When you were 7, you became my favorite author. You wrote and illustrated your own graphic novels about such important topics as taking over the world, scoring goals in soccer, monsters fighting monsters, taking over imaginary worlds, and superheroes ultimately winning the day. And so you documented augmented your life in these stories, and you mailed out the booklets to your Swiss family, and they read them and loved them and laughed. Your thank you cards are legendary with the whole family and grace many a refrigerator to this day. Torn away from most of your friends, you made it through 18 months of solitude by honing your skills at Madden, 2K, and Fortnite. Nina and I never thought we'd say this, but thank you, Xbox. We also walked the shore in Ocean Grove in the spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter as a family, and we cleaned up the beach together. In the past year, you hit the ground running, excelling in soccer, both at Dusk and at your middle school, and basketball. And your middle school team ultimately ended up the season as being the #1 middle school soccer team in Manhattan, which is pretty impressive. Yeah. Sorry, that was his basketball team. You made up for lost time and came through like a superstar you are, much like your sister.
To both of you, remember to be compassionate, empathetic, and generous. These are important traits, and they will serve you well in life. Make every day your best. When you meet obstacles, have the confidence to meet them head on. If you fail, you try again.
You're both very fortunate to have a loving, supportive community of family and friends around you. And we are all looking forward to see where you take life from here.
We love you, and we're so proud of you.
Great job, guys.
we are now going to participate in an ancient tradition called candy throwing. And there are a couple of rules to this process. The rules are as follows. Throw gently. We don't want to damage anything up here. It's our sacred space. Rule 2, you guys can duck, okay? You can go behind this. And rule 3 is the most important rule, which is wait. I see you. Wait until the clergy gets out of the way.
Lulu asked if I could shield her.
Go ahead. In. Mazel tov. We turn to our concluding prayers. Aleinu is on page 282. Please.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We turn to Kaddish, our prayer where we mourn those whom we've lost recently or whom we've lost at this time in years gone by. Is anyone reciting Kaddish for a loved one this morning? We mourn with all those in our community and all the mourners of Zion, and we ask that you please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayachon v'yamachon v'chayed chol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha barichu le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alinu vel kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav hu ya'asei shalom alinu vel kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen.
Osei shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
Please be seated as we welcome a member of the Board of Trustees to the Bima for a presentation of gifts to the two of you.
Lulu and Eli, these are for you. Mazel tov, you guys are amazing. The Wonder Twins did it again. I just am so proud and so happy to be here celebrating with you and your amazing family. Your just playful spirit and just I don't know, just your camaraderie just shone through the service, and I think we all felt it. So mazel tov to you. And as a board member and also a fellow LMC parent, I just want to present you with these gifts. And well, it's, I just happen to be an LMC parent. I'm really doing this on behalf of the board of, of the Village Temple. But again, I'm just so happy to present this to you, and mazel tov.
We have a concluding song now as we close our service. Cantor, what will we be singing? O say shalom, a prayer for peace. Please sing with us.
O say shalom bimroma, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. O say shalom bimroma, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.